All right, so this is the Golden Lotus podcast. First interview. Tell them who you are and what you do.
My name is Darius Benjamin. I'm from Largo, Florida. I'm part of Golden Lotus Fitness. I train here with Golden Lotus. My partner is Rashad. We started this up together. I would like to start to tell y'all how we started it up together. We both grew up together. We both been in the athletics all our life, you know, and grew up like a house apart from each other, and our moms were real good friends, so we always were in each other's face. You know, I'm a little older than him. You know, he used to come around, he looked up to me, you know, and time went by. You know, I got older, I grew different ways, he went different ways, and I left the area. I came back to the area, and I ran into him, and a friend of mine told me, he was like, have you seen Rashad, man? He was like, man, Rashad look good, man. This man like ripped up and thick, and I'm like, Rashad, you know, and the last time I had seen him, he was kind of pudgy, you know, because he had went his own direction in life, you know, like I started off with y'all, we both were athletics. He always been a thick kid, but he had went off his own direction doing what he was going to do when he put on weight, you know, and I hadn't seen him, the last time I seen him, he had weight, and then when I come back, they're like, man, he look good. So I went and found him. We ran into each other, and I seen him, I was like, damn, you know, and when I seen him, it motivated me to start get back into fitness, because I had been away from fitness myself for a while, because I had took on some bad things because what I was going through in life. I had went more to a direction I didn't want to go. I had picked up on smoking tobacco products, mainly like Black and Milds, and drinking a lot, and just going to work, coming back, coming home, smoking my Black and Mild, drinking, doing what I do, and wasn't developing myself because I wasn't going in the direction I thought I should have been going, which should have been athletics, but it didn't work out that way. So like I said, back then when I seen him, I was like, you know, I need to get back in this, you know. And I got back into working out, and I remember when I started working out, I couldn't even do one pull-up, you know. I was living in St. Petersburg. Me and my wife used to walk around the trail, and they had a pull-up, and I walk by it every day. I do one pull-up, and when I started my fitness journey, I'm walk and run, interval training. So over time, my habit with the tobacco started to it decreased, because I was walking and running, and it bothered my lungs with the tobacco. So naturally, I had a choice. Either I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna smoke these Black and Milds, and I chose working out. And I kept growing and kept growing. I left the blacks alone, so then I could breathe better. And the next thing you know, I'm hitting 10 pull-ups, you know. And then I also started to get strong, and me and my wife used to run and walk together. But then they had got to the point that I got strong with pull-up. I'm like, girl, you walk and run. And then I start on the park playground. I get on the park playground, hit my pull-ups, push-ups, the dips, all on the fences, you know.
So you started off with calisthenics first?
I started off with calisthenics, body weight. I had a background with weights coming up in high school, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real brief on that. In high school, man, I remember I started out lifting weights. I'm gonna tell you this, within about a year's time, I went from probably maxing out at probably like 155, 165, 175. I was hitting 315. I'm talking about 17 years old. That's how hard I was on that ground on the weights. But like I say, that didn't work out. I left that alone, went down the bad road, got back on the right road, and yes, I started with calisthenics, which was different for me, because I always did push-ups. But see, I had seen those guys in New York doing all that crazy, freaky stuff. So I said, man, let's start doing pull-ups. So I added the pull-ups in my game, and yeah, it was calisthenics. Pull-up, push-ups, dips. You know, started out with just 10 sets of 10. Pull-up, push-up, dips. You know what I'm saying? Walk, run the track. And I went to advancing and growing from there. You know what I'm saying?
How often do you work out a week?
I can be honest with y'all. Sometimes 7 days, especially when it's calisthenics. At the beginning, it was 7 days because I was so hungry for it. But I've learned through training, and I'm getting a little older too, but I learned through training, you got to rest that body so that body can grow. So I would say now 4 to 5 days a week, 5. Sometimes, like I say, I'm hungry for this. So sometimes still it might be 6, 7 days a week, but I consider it light. Like today I did active recovery. I worked out real light. I worked out, but it was light. You know what I'm saying? So I was active and still recovering. So I would say in a way right now 5 days.
So if you would give some of the people some advice who just started, what would you tell them?
Some great advice I would give y'all starting out with calisthenics or weights. I would think something like every other day. You gotta get your body used to working out, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a background in working out, I I would tell you to start out with body weight training and then go to weight training, because you get used to handling your own body weight, and you can start handling weights. Guys who don't have a background with exercise, you don't have to take it as an ego crush. I'm crushing your ego. Or you need to start, you haven't got a background working out, you need to start with your body weight. Because I see it all the time. They're in gyms, or they come back here and they try to work out, or however, they get up under that bench. Of course, everybody want to bench first, you know. They get up under that bench and you see that bar rocking and all this, and they're pressing it, but they don't got no control on it, because they're not used to, their limbs ain't used to working out. Their body's not used to working out, having control, pushing it up together, you know what I'm saying? So I would advise that you start out with body weight training every other day. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats. Don't leave out the squats. And I would also say lunges, you know what I'm saying? The stronger these legs get, the stronger this grows. So that for a beginner, I would say something: push-up, pull-up, dips, squats, lunges, you know what I'm saying? Not too long of breaks. As you get more advanced, your breaks will get shorter, but even as a beginner, don't get too lazy and laxed over there and taking so much breaks in between your sets. You know, when your body recover just that little bit, that little twitch, get right back at it. You know, that would be my advice to a beginner. And my other advice is consistency. Give yourself 30 days of this, man. Every other day, a month. And watch how it become a habit. That's a lot of people's problem. They start out and they go so hard every day for 30 days, and you go so hard because you're new to this, and then you be done for the whole year. Or maybe every other day or whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? But take your time. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my advice to them.
So give people like some of the things that you eat in your diet. Like, what's your diet like? Like how you stay lean and fit throughout the year.
Well, one thing I learned through, you know what I'm saying, fitness has been a journey. So, you know what I'm saying, through my journey of fitness, I try to stay away from the pork as much as possible. That's one thing, because it's very salty, and to me it's not a good meat to me. You know what I'm saying? I think if you do your research, you might find out the same way. But a lot of chicken. That's definitely right. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot of chicken. That's definitely one of my vegetables. Fruits. I love fruit. You gotta keep fruit in there. That make it fun, because it's a natural sugar. You know what I'm saying? You can get if you got a little sugar buzz, you got fruits. You know what I'm saying? But don't overindulge in them. I learned about those fruits. You overindulge in them, it'll get to that tummy, just like that fake sugar. So that they're in vegetables, man. Just like y'all learned in school. They made sure we learned that. You know what I'm saying? Your vegetables. It ain't hard as you think it is. You know, I know at first you might start off with your breads, but if you're a bigger person, try to stay away from no breads or starches, you know. That's a little example. And the main thing, I'm surprised I didn't say this first, and it's been with me from here on up, and I know this right. It's on what God. It's so real to me, I call it God. Water. Water. Your body's made up of mostly water. Keep that water in you. I would advise a beginner, I know it's a lot because you're probably not used to water. And everybody, you know, this is just my personal opinion. Everybody be like, add this to the water because you don't like water to make it take. Telling you, son, drink that water pure, spring water, pure water, a gallon a day for a beginner, a gallon a day. I know that seems a bit much, but try it. You're going to use the bathroom a lot, but you need to use the bathroom because you need to get all that junk out you that you didn't put in your life all these years. A gallon a day, straight water. That's the main part of the diet right there.
So this is our first interview. This with Golden Lotus D. Tell me your name, where you from, and tell me your name, and we'll sign out after that.
Darius Benjamin, Golden Lotus D, you can call me. I'm from Largo, Florida, and I reside here now, and this is where we get down at our gym at right here in Largo. And you know, we represent everybody. We represent fitness people across the world, man.
Tell them how they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram on the Golden Lotus D. Also, you can find me on the YouTube right now on the Golden Lotus.